Will data and analytics usher in a new era of development and growth for Africa? I think it will. In part, this is because recent advances in analytics have created unparalleled opportunities for Africa's businesses and governments to learn more about their customers, their targets, and themselves. With this information, we believe that Africa's business leaders will achieve many of the same benefits from data and analytics as their peers in other markets. Things like greater operational efficiency, deeper customer insights, and stronger predictive capabilities. And, as a result, we expect to see Africa's businesses and organizations become more resilient, more responsive, and more profitable. Possibly more resilient, responsive, and profitable than their peers in other more developed markets. Why is that? Well, for one, Africa is not constrained by the same infrastructure legacy issues that are slowing the adoption of analytics in the developed world. Instead of copper wire connecting data to people and businesses, Africa already uses cell towers and low latency connections. African companies also tend to enjoy much simpler and more modern technology environments versus the old, complex, and often disparate systems that often characterize more developed market players. What this means is that Africa's organizations enjoy an unprecedented opportunity to leapfrog their competitors in the developed world. And from this, we will likely see Africa spring forward with analytics innovations not yet considered in other markets. Ultimately, this should lead to great opportunity for those African organizations able to commercialize their models into the rest of the world. But while all of this will certainly move Africa forward, I believe the greatest impact that analytics will have on the continent will come in the form of better service provision, particularly on the part of governments. In South Africa, for example, our government has embarked on a plan to improve health service provision, particularly in underserved rural areas. This massive project is expected to ultimately give the government the information and insight it needs to properly allocate investments, assess coverage, and measure results. More to the point, it should also provide valuable data for rural health practitioners who traditionally operate outside of hospitals and away from patient records. And as a result, the country should be able to bring health services based on reliable and up-to-date information to populations far outside of the reach of the current health system. Similar examples exist across the continent. Some are using analytics to improve the efficiency of power distribution networks, to reduce waste and inform investment decisions. Others are using sentiment analysis and tracking tools to turn transactional data into predictive market trends for their customers. Given the rapid pace of innovation and the appetite for analytics across the continent, I firmly believe that Africa will soon enjoy a new era of development, catalyzed at least in part by greater access to analytics and insights.